Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Tears and tradition, Ebonys family bow to our jewel, pleading for her intervention before tomorrow's second axing. You know, it too as a second axing is coming up tomorrow. And most of these desperate, decisions that Ebony is making, okay, that it too as a second accent is actually coming up tomorrow. Now, that second accent, I think that's the last accent, right? Yes, I don't think there's a third accent. So the second accent is to ascertain if Kabiyesi has changed his mind. And that is why, everything in their tradition is like the way they arrange it. They give, and that is one thing I love about the Yoruba, their royal tradition. They give human beings they give them time to, to decide. Like it's human. Like it's prepared to favor humans. Some of their traditions, I really like it. So basically, this accent is to, because they will give this to find out if the lion has changed his mind, because there's a possibility that you may have seen one thing or two things that the woman has done right, and you want to change your mind so you don't bring that kind of shame into the life of the woman. And so you now do the second accent. Now, the second accent is coming up tomorrow, and they do not want that second accent to even happen. Not to talk of whether, the lion will say yes or no. They don't even want it to happen. And they say that happens to be the reason why the family also approached our jewel to beg for her intervention, her word, I must say. Right now, I don't know what you're told or what you know or what you do not know, but right now her word is very powerful. Her word carries weight. Her word has authority in that palace, okay? Whatever she says stands, okay? Like the Lion of Odua loved this woman and has given her so much authority. And this happens to be what they have been fighting against. Our people say, anybody who says, a child that says the mother will not sleep, that child will not, close his eyes at all. What does it mean? It means that when you cause unrest in the life of the one who gave you peace, you too will never know peace until reconciliation comes. That is the parable that, has come alive in this whole thing. Because, see, let me tell you something. A lot of people may not know this. But do you know that our jewel is instrumental? Our jewel is instrumental into that everything that has happened positive in the life of Ebony in that palace. Look, the reason why she became so close to the Lion of Odua in the first place was because she said she was going to stand by our jewel. She was going to be doing the traditional stuff. Some of those things that the wife is supposed to be doing. The wife of the throne is supposed to be doing that our jewel could not do at the time. And she said, no problem. I am here. Why am I here? I'm going to take over. And so that thing was like, it was what gave her that authority, okay? But where she was not enough for her. When she saw the way the jewel was being treated, the way people honored the jewel, the way people loved the jewel, the way people celebrated the jewel, she could not bear it. She wanted to be there. Like, she wanted that for herself. And that was exactly how, she became so close to a point where she started finding her way in, and to a point where she got married. And you could see what I'm saying, because she was the last person that, the lion married. Among this fleet of wives that the lion married her last, okay? They said, they had to go to beg Olori Jewel, okay? They were not speaking like they were not speaking with the kind of pride that they used to speak. They were not standing as members of the Ogidi house. They came as humble men and women, their voices trembling, their clothes already soaked with sweat, especially Mama. Some of them crying openly as they said again and again, please forgive us, help us because of God. They wanted the jewel to put her mouth. With everything that has been going, the jewel has not been put in her mouth. Della writes, that the second asking has been hanging like a sword over their head. The first had already been done. The great lion has faced the elders and confirmed that he was ready to cut ties with Ebony and Igbe. Yes, that he was ready to cut ties from Ebony and Igbe. They said the first asking, was done with 14 elders seated there as it is required by the tradition. 14 witnesses. It was not hearsay, and the family knew that once the second asking was completed, the rope of tradition would tighten further. By the third, they said there is a third asking. By the third, it will be sealed. Ebony's place would be finished, from the palace. Like, there will be no more Ebony. Like, she will go completely. She and Ikbe. Because, from what they have been doing from the very beginning, it looks as though they were really streamlining them. And right now, they have streamlined to a point where, the people left right now happens to be Ebony and Ikbe. And it looks like the lion is doing everything to ensure that they even go. They even go. This is what we are hearing, if the information is correct. They said this was why they ran to the jewel. They knew, of course, that she is the only one that has that kind of power that, the great lion still listened to without resistance. They know that even when he is angry, even when the palace is boiling, his heart still bends towards, the jewel. She is the only one, he publicly calls Ayemi, that's my wife, without fear or hesitation, And so Ebony's family, with their head bowed and their voices trembling, poured their shame at her feet, Please, our jewel. One of the elders of their family said, his voice breaking, do not look at our daughter's fault alone. Look at us. Look at our children. Look at the family. We beg you, help us. Speak to the great lion before tomorrow comes. If the second asking is done, we are finished. Like, if we allow the second asking to go, there's nothing. Because they say traditionally, if they do the first asking, he says yes. They do the second one and he says yes. And they do the third one, he says yes. The yes alone has sealed everything. The ritual that will be done will just be formality. Yes. In their royal tradition, that is how it is, as we are hearing. The moment he says yes, he's not going back to it again. Yes, he is not going back to it again. All the ritual that will be done will just be formality, because once he says yes, it has to be yes, and that is what the custom and tradition is saying. They said one other of their cousin fell flat to the ground. We know she wronged you. We know she mocked you. We know she disrespected you. But for the sake of God, for the sake of mercy, for the sake of her children, please do not allow this happen. We do know that in the entire kingdom, if everybody would talk and, the great lion would not listen, the great lion will listen to you. You just need to bring forth that conversation, he will listen. Please, please, you cannot look at how long a snake is and set fire. Oh, please, that they were begging, the jewel. They said they begging, it was a begging fiasco, that happened there. Now, they said the jewel sat silently and did not say anything. She listened, but she did not speak. She was watching the way they trembled, the way they clung to her dress, the way they were pleading. In her mind, a lot of people may not understand what's going on, but, this is why they say pride indeed goes before a fall. These are people who were encouraging her, who were pushing her, and all of that. The thing is that one thing me I would say, do not fight a daughter of Zion, a child of destiny, because I may want to think that the reason why Ebony has been going through so much is because she continued to fight. Look at Blo Blo. Blo Blo would have been in this mess if she had not, you know, withdrawn from all of this drama. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.